Hello, everyone. We'll be discussing the headlines from the Indian Express newspaper dated May 13, 2022. Take a look on page number 6 from the subject of General Studies paper 2. You find this headline that is relating to health and international relations topic. The headline says that will extend INSECOG network to neighboring countries, said the Prime Minister. INSECOG is basically a national multi-agency consortium of genome sequencing laboratories. So that is what we are discussing about. So you need to understand that what is genomic surveillance, also know about the INSECOG network and India's plan to extend it to the neighboring countries. Also understand that why WHO needs reforms. Take a look on page number 10 from the topic of polity and governance. You find this headline which says debating the exception. Now you need to know about consent, marital rape, associated judgments, and also the latest updates over the same. You need to know that why has there been a split verdict and also what is marital rape exceptions. Take a look on page number 10 from the topic of polity and governance. The headline says that why sedition law must go. You need to know about the sedition law and the present judgment and how its implementation will be a challenge. You need to know the history of sedition law and the associated courts rulings. Also, you need to understand that is this law justified or does it require any kind of repealing. Take a look on page number 11. This is coming from the topic of international relations. The headline says that Kathmandu is not Colombo. Now, you need to know about Kathmandu's macroeconomic policies, steps it has taken to keep the economy robust and reduce imports, also increase exports. Now, you need to also analyze that how India can be an important partner in its growth and prosperity. Take a look on page number 12 from the topic of international relations. You find this headline which says Russia wars response as Finland seeks NATO seat without delay. You need to know about North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is NATO, the formation of NATO and the objectives of NATO. Also, you need to understand that why certain Nordic countries are keen on seeking NATO membership. Take a look on page number 12 from the topic of international relations. The headline says that Biden host ASEAN looks to show Pacific commitment. You need to know about the congruencies between ASEAN and the USA TPP, the 5-point consensus, Indo-Pacific economic framework, USA's Indo-Pacific strategy to counter China, and also the engagement with ASEAN. Take a look on page number 1. This is coming from General Studies paper 3 from the subject of economy. The headline says that retail inflation at 8-year high of 7.79% in April. Now, you need to understand about different kinds of inflation like retail inflation, headline inflation, structural inflation, etc. You need to analyze the reasons for continued increase in retail inflation in India. Now, take a look on page number 10 from the topic of economy. The headline says that don't leave it to RBI. You need to analyze the reasons for continued increase in retail inflation in India, and also has RBI been late in taking step to rein in inflation. Now, take a look on page number 10 from the topic of science and technology. The headline says that astronomers capture first image of Milky Way's huge black hole. Now, you need to know about Event Horizon Telescope, also black holes, and the black hole named Sagittarius A star, that is SGR A star. Take a look on page number 13 from the topic of economy. The headline says that rising inflation, cause and effect. Know about the recent impact of rising inflation, the steps taken by the RBI to arrest the same, also what global and local factors contributed to this particular problem, and what are the effects of inflation. Take a look on page number 13 from the topic of economy. The headline says that inflation, rate cuts, falling markets. What now? Now, you need to know why inflation is falling, why the RBI has cut down the repo rate, also why has there been FPI outflow, and the reasons for fall in equity market index. Well, that's all for today's headlines of the day discussion from the Indian Express newspaper. You guys have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.